Good day, everyone. I am Milia Banilla, together with my group mates Jamie Dorado and Mark Agdan, and today we are going to present the transformative role of robotics in achieving the first of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, no poverty. But first, let me discuss what is poverty. Poverty is a state or condition in which an individual lacks the financial resources and essentials for a certain standard of living. Poverty can have diverse environmental, legal, social, economic, and political causes and effects. So ayon, sa kaalaman naman nating lahat, ang kahirapan ay tumutukoy sa kakulangang pinansyal at mga pangangailangan ng isang tao para mabuhay. At ito rin ay nakakaapekto sa kalagayan ng isang bansa at ekonomiya. At para magpatuloy, gusto ko lang ipaalam sa inyo kung ano nga ba ang kalagayan mismo ng kahirapan sa panahon natin ngayon. First, pag-usapan muna natin kung ano yung current state ng poverty globally. Yan at ayon sa World Poverty Statistics 2024, 9.2% ng global population ang nakakaranas ng extreme poverty at ito ay bumibilang sa mahigit na 700 milyon na katao. At ayon din dito, ang extreme poverty ay tumutukoy kung saan ang isang tao ay nabubuhay sa halagang $1.90 kada araw o 104.5 sa Philippine pesos. Ayan, at ngayon naman, pag-usapan naman natin kung anong kalagayan ng kahirapan sa bansa natin. Na ayon sa Poverty in the Philippines 2024, Current Statistics and Challenges, the poverty rate in the Philippines stands at 22.4%. So, nabibilang sa mahigit na 25.24 million na mga Filipinos. At itong poverty rate na ito is nag-improve siya from the previous year's 23.7%. Pero, despite this progress, mahigit sa 110 million na mga Filipinos ang nakakaranas ng kahirapan dahil sa economic instability at adverse weather conditions. And now, let's delve into the essence of the first goal among the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. First one, pinakauna is to eradicate extreme poverty for all people everywhere. Pangalawa is to reduce the proportion of men, women, and children of all ages living in poverty with at least half or at least 50% by 2030. Third one, countries should establish nationally appropriate social protection systems and measures for everyone including safety nets. And for your information, ang safety nets is it refers to non-contributory transfer programs aimed at protecting the poor and vulnerable from economic shocks and crises. Number 4 is the equal rights to ownership, basic services, technology, and economic resources. Yan na by 2030, ensure that all individuals, especially the poor and vulnerable, have equal rights to economic resources. This includes access to basic services, ownership, and control over land and other property, inheritance, natural resources, appropriate new technology, and financial services. And yung panglima naman is to build resilience to environmental, economic, and social disasters. The goal is to enhance the resilience of the poor and vulnerable, reducing their exposure and vulnerability to climate-related extreme events and other shocks. Pang-anim, mobilize resources to implement policies to end poverty. Yan, so significant resources should be mobilized from various sources, including enhanced development cooperation. This ensures that developing countries, especially the least developed ones, can implement poverty eradication programs and policies. And last but not the least, create pro-poor and gender-sensitive policy frameworks. Sound policy frameworks at national, regional, and international levels should be based on pro-poor and gender-sensitive development strategies. Yan, and now, allow me to introduce the four sectors where robots can be utilized. First one is agriculture, next is healthcare, Third one is disaster response. And lastly is entrepreneurship. These areas will be explored further in the next section of our presentation, where Jamie Dorado will present the action plan.
Next is the action plan. So since yung scope ng SDG namin is poverty, which is general, we included the sectors or yung areas which are factors of poverty. And since itong mga areas na to na mababanggit namin ay main focus ng other SDGs, babanggitin lang namin yung pinaka-overview ng plan since for sure may madidiscuss yung ibang group na detailed plan on a specific na SDG. So let's start sa agriculture. Robots can assist in planting, harvesting, and maintaining crops. By increasing agricultural productivity, they help lift farmers out of poverty. So alam naman natin yung hirap ng task ng mga farmers kasi ginagawa nila lahat, pagtatanim, pag-harvest, and yung pag-aalaga ng pananim nila. So, kung gagamit tayo ng robot para maging support sa paggawa nila ng task, mas magiging productive at mas maraming time or magagawa yung mga farmers. Next is yung healthcare. Medical robots can perform surgeries, and deliver medications. Access to quality healthcare reduces poverty-related health burdens. So, dito naman sa healthcare, ang pinaka-hina-highlight namin dito is yung access ng mga tao sa healthcare services since hindi naman lahat ay may kakayanang ma-afford yung hospital bills dahil nga sa poverty. In return, kung hindi sila matitreat ng maayos, possible na mas lalong mabawasan yung productivity and even yung health status nila na pwedeng makaapekto sa kawalan ng paggawa, which will cause poverty rin. So naisip namin yung medical robots to provide services for free. Next is yung disaster response. Robots aid in disaster relief by searching for survivors, delivering supplies, and rebuilding infrastructure. Timely assistance prevents further improvement. So, yan, isa pang problema din to, lalo yung mga location ng houses ay nasa mga hazardous places. Kaya most of the time, hirap din sila humingi ng tulong at makareceive ng supplies sa mga emergency teams. So, we will use robots para makapaghanap ng mga survivors na pwedeng tulungan, such as pagbigay ng relief goods and even sa pag-rebuild ng infrastructure. Lastly is yung micro-entrepreneurship. Small-scale entrepreneurs can benefit from robots in manufacturing, packaging, and logistics. This boosts local economies and create jobs. So, sa entrepreneurship, naisip namin tong robots na makakatulong sa small businesses, dun nga sa manufacturing, packaging, and etc. Tulad ng nabanggit ko kanina sa agriculture, so mas may increase yung productivity and mas ma-maximize yung time ng mga entrepreneurs. So, ang possible outcome is marami silang pwede pang magawa. So, let's move on to potential benefits. Robots can automate tasks leading to increased productivity and cost savings, which is yung nabanggit ko na kanina dun sa entrepreneur and agriculture. Next is they can perform repetitive or dangerous tasks with high accuracy. So, bukod sa hindi na mas mahihirapan yung mga tao, may sariling artificial intelligence yung mga robot, kaya alam nila yung ginagawa nila. Lastly, robots can collect data for poverty assessments and resource allocation, which is yung nabanggit ko na rin kanina dun sa disaster response. Next is challenges and ethical considerations, which will be explained by Mark Agdan.
Thank you, Jamie. So, challenges. First, productivity is likely to be much higher and the labor cost per task, therefore much lower than with human workers. Consider also that robots can work around the clock without breaks. They don't require vacations, meals, or safety procedures that might slow things down. Dahil dito, at sa pagdami ng mga naiimbento ng mga robot ngayon, ay ang pagdami din ng mga nawawalan ng trabaho, hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, na nagreresulta sa pagdami ng mga mahihirap. Pangalawa, deploying robots in impoverished areas may be costly and inaccessible. Kapag nag-implement ka ng robot sa isang lugar na hindi pamilyar sa mga bagong technology, mas mahihirapan ka mag-adjust at pwede ka ding malugi dahil nasa impoverished area ka. Meaning, kaunti lang yung mga tatangkilik sa mga produktong ginagamit mo. Third, the demand for highly skilled workers who possess the technical knowledge to operate and uphold robots. Fourth, poor, infra- poor infrastructure can hinder the effective deployment of robots due to outdated power grids, limited connectivity, and insufficient charging. Poorly designed environments may impede the movements and efficiency of autonomous robots. It is crucial to address these infrastructure gaps to maximize the benefits of robotic automation in various sectors. So, pangatlo, ethical considerations. Ensuring that the benefits of robotic technology are accessible to all, including marginalized communities, is essential. This involves addressing disparities in access, affordability, and education. Initiatives like community robotics programs and inclusive policies can promote equitable adoption. Second, clear guidelines are crucial for both robot decision-making and accountability. Transparency ensures that users, stakeholders, and the public understands how robots operate, make decisions, and handle data. It fosters trust and responsible use of automation. Third, balancing data collection with privacy rights is a delicate task. While robots collect valuable information for optimization, safeguarding individuals' privacy is paramount. Striking the right balance involves robust and data protection measures and informed consent. The last but not the least is guarding against biased algorithms is vital. Biased training data can perpetuate inequalities affecting outcomes in areas like hiring, lending, and criminal justice. Regular audits, diverse development teams, and fairness algorithms help mitigate bias. Next slide po. So, dito naman yung mga examples ng robot na nakakatulong in agriculture and healthcare. So first, harvesting. Agricultural robots pick apples, gather strawberries, harvest lettuce, and remove weeds. These tasks are physically taxing and repetitive, making them ideal for automation. However, precision is crucial, as fruits bruise easily and leaves tear. Companies like Tortuga AgTech are developing robots that can pick fruit with 98% accuracy, reducing labor shortages and costs. Second, drones for crop assessment. Drones capture aerial images to help farmers assess crop health quickly. These images provide valuable insights for optimizing irrigation, fertilization, and pest control. Third, robotic greenhouses sprouting up near urban markets, growing vegetables and efficiently. These high-tech greenhouses allow year-round production, independent of traditional farmland regions. Fourth, weed control. Robots assist in weed management by identifying and removing unwanted plants. This reduces the need for chemical herbicides and promotes sustainable farming practices. So, dito naman tayo sa healthcare. So, yung first robot ay si Robot Nurse Bear. Si Robot Nurse Bear ay ginawa siya ng isang Japanese engineers na si Riken and Sumitomo Rico Labs have created a robotic bear to help care for elderly patients. This bear can lift patients from standing or floor positions, transfer them to wheelchairs, carry them between locations, and turn them in bed. With an aging population and a shortage of healthcare workers, innovations like nurse robots are incredibly helpful. So the last but not the least is Moxie. Developed by Diligent Healthcare in Austin, Texas, Moxie is an advanced robot designed to assist healthcare teams. Equipped with sensors, cameras, and AI algorithms, Moxie autonomously navigates healthcare facilities, performs non-patient facing tasks such as delivering lab specimens, and even greets patients in hallways. It is currently in use at Medical City Denton. That's all. Thank you.